Now, one of the teams that's offering an empty seat for the 2023 season is Williams, and it seems like they do have some interesting options ahead of them for the upcoming season. The team has decided that enough is enough with Latifi, and now the main competitors for the British-based team are Logan, Sargeant and Mick Schumacher. On top of that, the likes of Hulkenberg have also been related to Williams, but it's very unlikely that the German will sign up with this team. Nevertheless, let's go deep into Williams' options and see for ourselves what kind of choice the team will make. Williams are looking forward to coming back to the competition and scoring points on a regular basis, which is something that the F1 world will be delighted with. Now that De Vries has shown that the FW44 is indeed capable of scoring points, an outcome that Albon was able to achieve on multiple occasions this season, it's evident that the team needs a strong driver alongside the tie. Latifi did score his first career points in a soaking wet Suzuka, but his fate was sealed a long time before that. So, with Latifi out, what are the most serious options that Williams are looking at? For starters, it's Logan Sargeant. The USA-based driver has a lot of qualities in himself, and the fact that he comes from the USA is something that would boost the popularity of the team immensely. However, the last thing that Williams wants is to have yet another paid driver, in this case a driver that will be known only for his popularity and not his talent. Not that Sargeant is a bad driver, he's currently P3 in the F2 Championship and has had a decent season. But in the last race in Abu Dhabi, which is later on this year, he's under threat of losing his position to at least 5 drivers, meaning he'll drop out of the top 5 spots and not be eligible for a super license. If this is the case, then Williams will likely look in another direction, but rest assured that Sargeant is the top choice for them now that De Vries has signed with AlphaTauri. When talking about the young American driver, Capito said, "There's a good choice of drivers, it's a good choice of young drivers, there's still some experienced drivers there as well. And so I think it's quite different philosophies, different strategies. And in the situation of the team, we can work on different strategies. We're not so much in the front that we need 2 experienced drivers, so we can experiment a bit and get young drivers in. So we'll see what turns out to be best. Either we think Sargeant's ready and he's capable or not, he could do another year in F2 or whatever," finished Capito, who stressed that the only factor that will predominate over Williams taking Sargeant as Latifi's replacement or not will be his skill and not his nationality. So that's the case for Logan Sargeant. The fact that he's part of Williams' academy adds a lot to the case, and rest assured that if he manages to get the super license, he'll be high on the list for the starting spot in Williams. And he'll have his first chance of proving himself in the FW44 in Austin on the 23rd of October, where he'll participate in FP1 for the British team. But other than him, who are the other candidates that Williams are considering? Mick Schumacher has emerged as a driver that is very likely to be snatched from Haas in order to join the British team. Well, snatch wouldn't be the right choice of words because Mick doesn't have a contract with Haas for 2023 and the team hasn't shown a great willpower to re-sign the young German. However, if the Haas contract doesn't work out for the German driver, Williams will be his last chance in F1. Jos Capito spoke about the opportunity of having Mick Schumacher on his team from 2023 and beyond, saying that it's a real possibility and that Mick is a proven driver that has shown his capabilities in the previous 2 years. Mick is an option for us, he also deserves to stay in Formula 1. We'll see if that happens, but he's definitely an option for us. If you look at George Russell, he made mistakes as a sophomore at Williams and he still developed, said Jos. However, Steiner has spoken about Schumacher's future in Formula 1, claiming that the young German has a home advantage for the starting seat at Haas. Although everybody thought that we might see the last of Mick in the remainder of the 2022 season, seems like the German will be a valued asset for either Haas or Williams. When asked if Mick would continue to work for Haas after 2023, Steiner stated, "Absolutely, if you're working with somebody for 2 years, that's an advantage. The incumbent has always got the advantage. It's a home advantage. If you can have somebody you work with for 2 years, it's better than bringing somebody new in, because as I always said, you don't have the learning time. That's why we brought Kevin back as well, because he was here. He was out a year, but he knew everybody, and that's always an advantage when you start from somewhere." Now, Ross Brawn also has praising words for Mick, saying that although he's different from his father when it comes to adapting to certain situations, it doesn't take away the fact that Mick is made out of F1 material and he deserves to compete in this sport for many years to come. So, with that being said, what do you think will happen next with Williams? Who do you think will sit in the vacant seat left behind by Latifi? Let us know in the comments below.